following behind Manny Pacquiao. And I'm just grateful that he's here today, wanting to talk to the Filipino youth. He wants to share his story, inspire you guys, and I guess that's it. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you all to Nonito Donaire.
Is it good afternoon or good evening? I lost count of the time, but thank you guys for being here and thank you for having me. It gives me great pleasure and honor to be speaking here and hopefully, you know, in front of the kids. Hopefully I can put something that a lot of inspirational things that I've listened to growing up helped me to be here. So, well, where can I start? I mean, I was born in Bohol. I was raised partly in Bohol, then moved to General Santos City, where Pacquiao lives. Actually, we went to the same school, but we didn't know that until later on. You know, growing up in the Philippines was really hard. As you know, all the people here who've experienced poverty they all know that you know, in the Philippines life is really difficult, and I've had my shares of difficulties, and everyone here all know that to be here is a blessing because we all have a great opportunity and education as well. But for the kids out there that may not know it yet, I started my amateur career in here. You know, growing up, there was a lot of things that went on with in the school. You know, being not in the upper class or even in professional level, we didn't have enough, or our school wasn't as great as it could be. So my father was kind of afraid of us going out after school, hanging out with friends, and then getting all kinds of trouble. So we started boxing. It was something that my father enjoyed, and we started boxing. And you know, I'm glad that I'm here, and I'm talking. You know, to be honest, I wasn't one of those rough kids. You know, I wasn't one of those rough kids. I was always the crybaby in the family. I was the runt in the litter. You could say that. You know, people made fun of me at school when I was in elementary school. You know, but you build hard. You know, and one thing you can go from an experience like that is you create a bigger heart and you create a bigger pride. And that was one thing that I had in my heart, was I was a true Filipino. I've always felt that, and I've always fought inside the ring in the amateur level. Even though we're fighting here in the United States, we've had the flag, and we're always proud of who we are. You know, and that's something that we all should be proud of. And I come to fight every time being the best of who I can be, and that's a Filipino fighter with all my pride. But I don't know. I'm all, you know, I'm cutting down a lot of weight, so I'm maybe rumbling and just talking all kinds of stuff. Sometimes my wife tells me you're talking too much, but hey, you know, it's coming from my heart, and I think that's all I can really give you guys is words that I've experienced, experience that I've experienced, and words that's coming out of my heart. So, well, like I said, you know, I wasn't really anything, and I never believed in myself growing up. You know, I've always felt that I was just a waste of food. You know, people, my brother, my older brother was strong, my sister was strong. I was the only one that was so weak growing up, you know, and I felt like I didn't belong. I felt like I was just a waste of food, and I did everything that I can to even to box. I mean, boxing was just the last thing that a little kid like me, who was afraid of everyone, would do. You know, I'd see all these guys, their nose are busted up and their face are busted up, and my dad asked me, "Do you want to box?" And I said, "Heck no, I'm not gonna get hit. I get picked on. I cried going home from school, and you want me to box?" You know, but he was saying, "Is this for self-defense?" You know, and that was one way of getting us off the street after school and hanging out with our friends, and what my father would think as a Filipino. He was in the military, so he was very strict. So he would have us after school, and then the amateur days, and you know, and I'm blessed to have that, you know, to have someone guide me from keeping us away from the street. You know, sometimes you tell yourself, man, I want to hang out with my friends. Man, you know, I don't want to just train. I don't get to hang out with my friends, but sometimes it's good for you, I guess. I'm still rumbling on, huh? Anyways, to sum it all up, I mean, one thing I've learned growing up is from a kid who never really believed in himself to somebody who who's top pound for pound, number 5, top 5 pound for pound, you know, in the world that's millions of fighters, and then I'm top 5. So that's gotta be something that I'm doing something right, you know. But mainly, I think I've gotten really strong is because the people behind me, my beautiful wife and her family, has been really strong, and you know, I have a great team around. And I guess if you surround yourself with great people, you surround yourself with positivity, and there is really nothing that can be impossible when you put your mind and your heart into it. So, I mean, in anything that you do, I mean, you know, we've had a lot of pride from Manny, and I've had my inspiration from Manny Pacquiao, you know, and hopefully they can inspire you as much as I was inspired, and hopefully I can inspire you guys to do the best of what you can do, you know, because I believe that anyone is gifted as long as they believe in themselves, believe in the heart that they have, believe in God, and believe in that there is no impossibility. I mean, Manny has proved it, you know, I proved some part of it, you know, I mean, from nothing to something, you know, as long as you put your mind, your heart, your soul, your everything into something you believed in. And that's why they said, knock and you shall receive. And I'm knocking, and I got what I got because I knocked and I believed in it. And I think that everyone here can be whoever they want. If they want to be a rapper, if they want to be a lawyer, if they want to be a doctor, anything is possible because we all have that opportunity that God has given us. And I myself would say that I'm blessed with God's blessing, with the talent that I have and the people that I have. And just to be here to talk to you guys about my experience and inspiration that I got from everywhere. You know, and that's one thing too, I want to say that when you look around, every person that you see is an inspiration if you make it. You know, you look around, you look at your wife, and you know, you're like, man, I love you. Okay, you're blessed with love, with somebody, your partner. You look at your kids, and you say, man, you know, this is a blessing. But everything around us is a blessing. Even the negativity can make us into something that can strengthen us. But anyways, I'm just rambling on again. Anyways, but thank you guys for everything, and you know, I'll ask, you guys can ask questions about anything about me in boxing and the fights and stuff like that and what goes through it. You know, but thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you for this opportunity as well. Mabuhay.